I gotta ask you about your favorite girl, man. She said she'll never sign with Jake Paul, that being Carissa Shields, so she can get the big fights.
My girl.
Our
Uh,
girl, our girl.
That ain't my girl. I don't know
My girl, my girl, my girl.
her.
Talking about Carissa Shields, my
Okay.
girl.
I I deal I have respect for her father, Bobo. Old time player, old time hustler from the Midwest. And 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 Mark Taffet.
Yeah, you did
And
say that.
Mark Taffet is good with me, her manager. I've been to one of her fights down Atlantic City.
Don't follow him because I don't know which bell is yours, so I'm gonna call you.
I was I was down
When I'm outside, I call you.
when that situation happened.
Yeah, you talked about that. Yeah, in our
Okay,
last interview.
but what I will say, Fred, I don't have nothing against her.
Neither
I'm
do
just
I.
I'm just not a fan of hers.
Me either now. Me either now. I'm totally not a fan of hers, man. You
The
know,
people around her are my friends from the days at HBO when I was with Butch and Don King and Am. When all of them was doing business with HBO
she
in the
ghetto, man.
heyday.
She ghetto.
I'm, huh?
Carissa Shields is ghetto, man.
Well, Fred, you have to look at the trials and tribulations she's been through. I wish her well. May Allah bless and God and keep her on the right path. But she was supposed to sign with Jake Paul.
How many pictures she gonna take showing her ass? Like, how many pictures she gonna take turning and showing her ass and turning towards the camera? Like, how many pictures? How many more videos is she going to do? Like, it's just too much, man. Be a world champion. Be a
Fred,
be an honorable woman.
Fred, you got to understand what the scripture says. If you ain't taught no better, you won't be no better. The
Hmm.
scripture says the child is reflection of his parents. That's the scripture, the Quran, the Hadith, and the Bible. So knowing what she been through, knowing what she been through, and knowing that from what I'm told from Latin source, she didn't get the help to correct or deal with what she went through. So if you don't know no better, you can't do no better.
Right, right,
I look at it, and I
right.
wish her well.
Yeah, we wish her
You
well. Yeah, we wish.
know, her father's my guy.
Well, she better
Bobo,
find
all right with
God.
me.
She better find God. That's all I can say. God, Allah,
So she got to find somebody. So Fred, what is the deal with her and the Jake Paul thing anyway?
because he just signed the girl from Michigan, the girl from Cleveland, uh, the pretty girl. What's her?
Yeah,
Oh, Alicia Baumgartner.
yeah.
He just signed her, and he has Amanda Serrano, and but that's where the money's at for women fighting. You know?
But Fred, ain't Samantha Serrano out of New York?
Yeah,
I thought she, I thought she, I thought she, her and Lisa was with Lou.
that was a long time ago, man. I think Lou just let his fighters go. Remember, he had the other girl too, uh, the black girl.
I
She,
don't know if Lou's still in boxing.
yeah, he's in. I guess he's in a little bit. I don't know. Lou need to go on and tell his story, man. I saw an interview of Lou DiBella, and I hope this gets to him, man. He kind of be cowering out in interviews, man. He be talking about people in third person, not mentioning names. Man, come on, man. HBO, man, you could talk about HBO and how Al Heyman fucked you out of millions of dollars and took your identity and Barclay X'd you out of a lot of deals, but he's still he's still protecting that old guard, man. And I don't. I was listening to his interview that he had, and It was
He's
like,
Italian. He lived by the rules.
okay,
He's Italian. He's a Guinean. He's a lawyer.
okay, okay.
So if he did business with you, he can't say nothing because that's lawyer-client privilege.
Well, I'm not okay, okay,
I'm
okay.
not saying what
Sure.
Lou is my dear friend. I got his home number. Lou is my guy. But you know, guys that come from that old era, Fred,
Right, right.
they, they're not into that setting, talking, calling names in this new era.
It's
They're
not
from
about
that
calling
old
names.
regime.
No, 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 no. By no means am I saying. No, I'm just saying present the facts. So now these younger fighters, managers can make great decisions.
Well, you know, it is what it is, my brother.
Once a man, twice a boy means more than growing old now.
Hey, Fred, you're a funny guy, bro. But
He said,
I
"I'm a funny
understand how
guy."
it goes. I understand how it goes.
I know you do.
Murad called me the other day.
How's he doing? How's he doing?
Murad's holding on. You know, he's older now.
Uh huh.
He'll talk about he the world greatest promoter.
Uh huh. He did that prison joint with HBO.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
It never be done again in the history.
It'll never be done again. You're absolutely right.
And what Don did never be done again in the history. 8 world title fights on one night will never be done again.
Yeah, I agree.
Don the best that ever did
Yeah.
it.
Oh
Fred, did you see his interview when he signed George Foreman off?
no, I didn't see it.
Hell of an interview.
I'm gonna watch it.
Don signed him off, the king. Am did his thing in boxing, but nobody did it the way DK did.
Yeah, he had a bigger flair.
And see, Don had the player, because Don had all the street niggas around him. Am had all the corporate motherfuckers around him.
Well, he was born different. Don was born different than
Yeah, I
Bob. God made
understand
him
that.
different.
Yeah, I know that, Fred. I know that. But when you look at it, they are two of the greatest promoters ever come down the pipe.
Yeah, 1-2. I agree.
People want to say Tex Riddles, Brad Jacob, Jacobs guy that promoted the Joe Louis Maximilian, Tex Riddles. They want to say all them guys was great, but none of them was greater than Don. None of them did an 8 world title fight in one night.
Right.
In Atlantic City, at Donald Trump expenses. That's now Don. How many guys you know with 2 homicides come out the penitentiary? He can pick up the phone and call the White House to the commander in chief. That's his man.
Right.
And you know, like I tell a guy today in that interview, I have no gripes with Donald Trump when it comes to the fight game. He was fair with Butch Lewis and Butch Lewis's people. I, for his politics, I know nothing about Mr. Trump and politics, but when it comes to the fight game and taking care of the camps, I can testify he treated all the camp, Butch Lewis camp, he treated Butch's guys real good, him and his people. When guys ask me what you think about the commander in chief, I said I don't know about his politics, but I know about when he was in the fight game.
Mm.
So I don't let people drag me into something to say bad about the commander in chief. I don't know him on that side. I know him on the boxing side,
Right. Right.
personally.
Well, I mean, he's only 2 months into his job, man, and I think he's doing a good job in terms of setting a tone. What his policies translate into good for America. It takes time. It takes time. I'm actually glad that he when we're talking about Donald Trump, that men are men and women are women. I'm glad about that.
Well, whatever it is, it's what it is.
Right.
I'm in the boxing business,
Right.
not political business.
Right.
So what I will say before we go, Fred, do you think that women boxing is going to go to a new height?
Nah, nah.
You
Men
think
don't
it's
want to.
still just
Men.
going?
Men overall don't want to see women fight.
Do you think it's gonna stay where it is?
No, it'll get a bump. Jake Paul is very, very popular, has a good mouthpiece. Uh, but in terms of women don't support women. Like people don't understand that. The WNBA cry and complain and whine and cry. Women's soccer whine and cry. We need to get paid like men, but women don't buy tickets. So what the hell are we talking about?
But Fred,
Men don't like women competing. Women
I
don't like women competing. That's why they don't buy. Even out here in
mean,
high school, hear me out. Even out here in Los Angeles, girls' games are free. Boys' games you pay $12.
so to go to your daughter game, anybody go free.
Well, I'm talking about high school. Like when I go to high school games, non-playoff games, I walk
Yeah.
in free. Boys' game, you got to have a ticket.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, man. So women need to look at women and be like, hey, listen, we got to stand up for our women and stop
So,
always trying to antagonize men.
so Fred, the WBN, so the W, the girls pro league, I never thought they would last 10 years. Let's more 27.
Oh, he's my basketball.
Yeah.
It's trash. It's
But
trash. They getting them. Listen,
why do you think they were able to last 27 years?
because they being subsidized by the NBA, who makes billions of dollars. Men, men are supporting the WN. Men are financially keeping these women in jobs, and they should be more thankful. They're not thankful enough, and it's disgusting. It's
So,
disgusting that women aren't thankful enough.
so Fred, do you think Lisa Leslie should be a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, yeah. Because it's a whole career. Great high school career. Scored 100 points in high school, All American at USC, and anchored the Sparks. She did her job. 192 gold. She did her job. 96 gold, 92 gold. Yeah, she did her job.
So I didn't know that she was married till last week.
Yeah, she's married. Yeah, she's been
She
married
married
twice. Twice. I
huh?
don't know. Twice, once. I don't know.
Once, Fred, from what I read.
Lorenzo
I don't
Orr.
know.
Is she married to Lorenzo Orr, who played for USC? I think. I don't know. I'll have to Google it, but I'm guessing.
I just Fred, my granddaughter played ball overseas. She said she, she make more money overseas than she would
Yeah,
in the NBA.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Uh-huh.
So Fred, man, I've been in this sports field a long time, bro.
Uh-huh.
I never thought that the WNBA, whatever it is, would last 27 years. I thought it would last 5 years.
It's not
But
lasting, man. Man, they should be thankful, man. They should be thankful for that girl from Iowa, man. You should be thankful for her, but except they want to try and pigeonhole her and make it black versus white. No, it's green and more green, man. She's putting more eyeballs on the WNBA, and I think women need to honor it. It's lightning in the bottle. It's gonna fade
and
in a little bit.
and that girl took the Angel Reese, what her name is,
She trash. She trash. She can't even make a layup.
she trash me. Who she play for?
Chicago Sky.
And she's mad because when when Kaylin Clark played in Chicago, they took it to the United Center
Yeah,
and it was packed. She said
she's
she mad because she never played where Jordan played, but Kaylin Clark did. But
man.
Kaylin Clark
Listen.
is the face. She sell tickets.
Yeah, she need to be opportunistic, man. She need to. You ain't got to befriend her, but find a way to make her your rival. Like do what Bird and Magic did. Like they don't hate each other. They like you help me make me, I help you make you. Like, and Brands ate it up. But she's so
Yeah.
ghetto. Like, see, the Magic wasn't ghetto. Bird wasn't ghetto. Caitlin Clark isn't ghetto. Angel Reese is ghetto. Like
Oh, she
she,
real good, man. She like she from the bottom uh, of 112% net.
yeah, man, 112 and saying that, like she's selling that thing, huh? Yeah, she
Yeah.
ghetto, man. Like her and Carissa Shields should do a podcast called The Ghetto Queens. You know, like they just
Oh my God, Fred, you terrible, man.
a ghetto, man. Because the reason why I'm so anti, because I'm raising two kids and I keep them away from that. And I think we need to, and I think men are leaders. Men has or God has ordained men to be leaders, and I think
Yeah.
it's
But
very
Fred,
important that men speak out against what these non-alkaline women do.
and you're right. But Fred, you gotta understand, your wife is a different kind of mother. She's a throwback from the old women that we know.
Mm.
It's a different. You got to look at it. I know who you're married to,
Uh-huh.
but you got to look at how she's raising her daughter.
Right.
Your wife is a throwback from them old women that taught young girls how to become women.
Thank God.
And and when you got women that women didn't teach how to be women, they're gonna be ghetto. They're gonna
Right.
be throwing their butt. They're gonna be acting retarded.
Right.
So you got to be grateful for the woman that God bless you with to raise your daughter the proper way, man.
Right. Okay.
So that's how I look at it. You're
So I
right.
have great discernment then.
It's a question.
Exactly. Well, they better get under the covering of a man. They better get married and get under the covering of a man so they can get God's discernment and start making great decisions.
See, Fred, I don't even think Angel Reese and then Carissa and them got no man now.
No,
They
Carissa
just,
dating a married man, that rapper, Papoose. She parading him around like that's her husband.
what I just said, if you what I said, the scripture said, if you ain't taught no better, you won't do no better.
Yeah, well, you know the daddy. You better tell him to go get his daughter.
Hey, man, I ain't seen or heard from Bobo since Atlantic City.
Hmm. Well,
So, I don't, man, I got enough friends with my own nieces,
right,
nephews, and
right,
granddaughters, man.
right.
I got enough with my own family.
I
And
agree.
guys that close to me, like you other guys, I give their children a word of encouragement.
Hmm.
People that I don't know no associate with, that ain't my problem.
Right.
But I just try to take care of the young girls around me, encourage them to be women, stop wearing short dresses, and do what's right, man. If it ain't afraid of women in my family, that ain't my problem.
Yeah, like Felicia Rashad. She was on the Breakfast Club, and I actually watched that interview last week because of the segment where she was talking about how these women dress. You know, like Felicia Rashad was like the gold standard for black women in the 80s.
Yes, she
But
is.
now they in the comment sections like she old, she don't know what she talking about. You know, forget that old stuff, And it's not right. It's not.
It's sad you talking about a woman that's a multi-millionaire. And I can tell she lived what she preached by how her daughter dressed.
Mhm.
Her daughter wears long dresses. Her nieces, Debbie's daughters, Debbie's daughters dress real nice, real woman-like.
Yeah, they sisters, Felicia Rashad and Debbie Allen.
Yes,
Hmm.
Debbie's daughter, her and Stormy Norm did a good job with their children.
Yeah.
Now, Vanessa Williams, her daughters, her, her oldest daughter dressed real nice. The
Hmm.
younger ones, the teenagers, they're gonna be teenagers.
Hmm.
But I mean, Fred, when I read some of them comments that you just talked about, I said, these women ain't got no home training. Their mother probably in the streets ripping and running.
Yeah.
And that's why they sent them bad, nasty comments about Felicia Rashad.
They're fans of Carissa Shields and Angel Reese, man. They're disciples, man.
The
They're
ghetto.
yeah, man. Man, Felicia Rashad would be ashamed of Carissa Shields, man, and Angel Reese, man. You know, Angel Reese took a mole of her vagina and made it public.
She took a what?
A mold, like a mold. Like she got a thing to make a mold of her vagina. I ain't
That's
lying. Look,
I I
same way
don't
they
know,
do
man.
mouthpieces, the same way they do mouthpieces, she did it for her vagina.
What?
Yeah,
It was online?
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. That's sick. That's sick.
Where's she from, Fred?
Uh, from Baltimore.
Oh, she from Baltimore.
Yeah,
Oh, she from the ghettos of Baltimore.
I don't know if she's from the ghettos. You know.
She gotta be doing some nuts stuff like that.
Well, I mean, her brother plays for Maryland, and he looks like he looks like he has a high level of character. You know, like I've never seen him in the media. You know, so
So she probably from the hood that Tank from.
probably they might be
Tank,
related.
I
They
think.
might be related.
Hey, listen, Tank just got a gift.
Yeah, he got
He
a
got a
gift, man.
real gift.
Yeah, he
So,
got.
Fred, what's the word? I know the WBA ordered the
Hold on
rematch.
one second. Let me end that.